The New York Giants just got sneaky good news. Let's talk about it. My name is Paul. This is Big Apple Sports. Tune in every day for the latest Giants news, insights, and analysis. If you're a fan of Giants football, this is the channel for you, so don't miss out. Take just a quick second, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Got a lot more Giants content coming, and man, is this going to be such a fun end of the season. I feel like Dart and Scadaboo have just injected this Giants football team with an energy and confidence and swagger that I have not seen in a long time. So don't miss out. We're going to be talking Giants football every single day right here. So one of the big controversies from last week's game is the whole Jaxson Dart going into the medical tent situation. As it was unfolding live, I actually thought it was hilarious. Like, you can see how much Jaxson Dart means to the team. Scadaboo's worried about his boy. He's heading in there. And then Russell Wilson comes out. Everyone's like, my gosh, I thought we got rid of this guy. Throws one pass, like spiked it into the ground. I think it slipped out of his hands. Honestly, I felt terrible for the guy. Like, for all the things you want to say about Russ, he's probably a Hall of Fame quarterback someday. And he seems like a genuinely nice guy. You hate to see him get booed and just look so pathetic at this stage of his career. But anyways, he throws that one just abomination of a pass, and you see Daboll just like, all right, let me go find Jaxson Dart. Like, we got to get him back in here. Like, I've never seen a team so, like, panicked about a player being in the medical tent. It looked like they were all about to just drag him out of there and throw him back on the field. And of course, the NFL didn't like that. You know, they truthfully probably don't give a rip about CTE or concussions, but they have to. They definitely care that they appear to care about that kind of stuff so they don't get fined and sued and all that jazz. So they're going to come down with a hefty punishment on the Giants for interfering with concussion protocol. They've already talked about it. John Mara put out a statement, condemning Brian Daboll's actions. And then for me, something that kind of scared me that I heard is this punishment could be severe, and some people had mentioned maybe a loss of draft pick or a Brian Daboll suspension. And that's something, the suspension, I think the Giants would be fine. He doesn't call plays. I think they could handle a game or two without him. But the loss of draft pick had me worried, the thought of that, because this is a team, I think they're already without their third round pick. And then I think there's a lot of us who are banging the drum here saying they need to trade a second or a fourth or something to bring in some more wide receiver help for Jaxson Dart this year. So the thought of losing a draft pick really had me worried. But this morning, Jay Glazer for Fox came on and said the Giants are bracing for some kind of disciplinary action to come down on Daboll, whether that be a hefty fine, a suspension, or potentially even a loss of draft picks. But then Glazer went on to say that he believed a fine is the most likely penalty to be handed down. They're bracing for a fine. He said right now there's a joint investigation between the NFL and the NFLPA. They don't mess around with concussion protocol. I think in the end, look, he could be fined, suspended, or draft picks, but I don't see draft picks or a suspension, just the fine. And that is good news for the Giants because they need that draft pick. Because that could be the difference between them getting another wide receiver to help Jaxson Dart or not. If they were to lose a pick because of this situation, like, it's hard to imagine they would want to trade another pick to bring in a wide receiver. So I was really happy to hear that from Jay Glazer this morning. And then I think we all know the biggest issue right now that the Giants are facing is that, well, maybe the wide receiver issue, but a big issue the Giants are facing is that Jaxson Dart needs to start sliding better. Like, I love the energy he plays with. I love how much he cares and his passion. That first down run where he just kind of like launched himself I didn't think there was any chance he was getting that first, and he fought for it. And I love it, and I think there's a time and a place for it. But he's doing it literally every time he takes off and run. It seems like every week there's a situation where he takes a shot that makes all of us hold our breath. And we got to stop that. Jaxson Dart, me and Daboll and your mom are all pleading with you. Just slide, bro. Like, it's okay. You don't need to get a first down every time you carry the ball. I love that you're aware of the sticks, but you got to slide sometimes because this is just a different team with Jaxson Dart out there. I mean, look at these numbers from the Eagles game. Like, that is peak efficiency right there. Great running numbers, and it could have been a lot more. Like, he put a ball, just a beautiful floater into Lil Jordan Humphrey's hand, put another one into Hyatt's arms later that there was PI on. Like, he very easily, with those two plays, could have had 250 yards and 3 touchdowns with a group of practice squad receivers plus Wan'Dale Robinson. Like, Jaxson Dart is the real deal. He's the future of this franchise. And I totally get why Daboll and Scadaboo were worried about him in the medical tent, but we need him to start sliding. Looking forward at some upcoming games. Got the Broncos next week in Denver. I think that's a game we all kind of circled at the beginning of the year as like that's probably a loss. Denver looks like they're going to be a playoff team, but now all of a sudden, I kind of like the way the Giants look going into this game. Like, I think they've shown with their win against the Chargers and the Eagles, when they're playing at their best, they can beat anyone, anywhere. But I think they showed against the Saints, they still have some rookies. They still have some practice squad guys playing at receiver. Mistakes can happen. They need to play a clean game against Denver. I love that they have 10 days to prepare and that Denver's coming from London and is probably going to be a little jet-lagged and worn out. And they probably all hate football right now after enduring 60 minutes of having to play the ugliest football game of all time against the New York Jets. My condolences to anyone who watched that abomination of a game trying to scout out the Broncos for next week. That was just ugly. But given all the circumstances, I think the Giants can beat the Broncos this week. I would love, like, my one hang-up right now is we really haven't seen Jaxson Dart perform well on the road yet. I mean, he only had one road game, but didn't perform very well in it. So we need to see that this week. But you guys give me your takes on the game. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Give me all your opinions on Dart and Scadaboo and Daboll and everything you got right now. I just like talking Giants football with everybody, so engage me in the content or in the comments, and I'll do my best to respond to all of you. And then don't forget, just like and subscribe on your way out.